Return to the Sacred is the name of a big, big book, and it is the return of Jonathan Ellerby, Dr. Jonathan Ellerby, to Winnipeg. Welcome back home, Jonathan.
Thank you. Nice to be back.
It is so cold out.
Yeah.
We are very depressed. We need our spirits uplifted. And this book is absolutely beautiful.
Thank you.
Yes, and I guess I want to know all about the inner self, spirituality. Is it cool to look at your spirit now?
Well, yeah, I'd say it's cool. In fact, I'd say it's critical. And I don't think it really matters how old you are or what you're trying to accomplish in life. One of the main messages in the book is that spirituality is a part of being human, and it's a part of being healthy, and it's a part of accomplishing the best life that we're capable of. So you could call that cool. You could also just call it really practical. And you know, we're sitting here in a building connected to the Health Science Center, and I know where I started my work relating spirituality to health. It was an indispensable piece of helping people to make the most of whatever situation that they're in.
And your story on how you came to be where you are today, an author of a best-selling book, is also amazing. You were a student at St. John's Ravenscourt, like every other student, but something happened to you when you were younger.
Yeah, I guess you might say that I started to have maybe experiences of spiritual awareness. And I know that's hard for some people to kind of understand what exactly that means. I think a lot of times when I was in nature, I felt a connection to a higher power. A lot of times I felt a very strong sense of intuition about things. So in a way I was perceiving the world as if there were more than what meets the eye. And that sort of series of experiences kind of led me to wonder, am I crazy? You know, what is this? What's going on? Do other people see the world like this? And so eventually I started to read and I started to ask questions. And what I found was that I wasn't crazy, fortunately, but in fact I was really just part of a long chain of people who have had spiritual awakenings, a spontaneous recognition that there's more to life than what meets the eye.
And you've done a lot of studies with all sorts of different spiritual doctors and different kinds and cultures dealing with spirituality. I think that's fascinating too.
Well, I think that what happened for me was that as I started to explore other traditions and other philosophies, at first what I was excited by was the sense of connection. That I found that people thousands of years ago felt the same way that I did. That people thousands of years ago on the other side of the world saw and understood the sacred in the way that I was. But then once I got over that, I started to become fascinated by the differences and how rich this world is and how rich our cultures are. And so books weren't enough. I wanted to go and see it for myself.
And that takes us now to where you are in Arizona, which is far warmer than Winnipeg.
Yes, indeed.
Yes, but heading up the spiritual end of it at Canyon Ranch.
Yeah.
It must be a beautiful place. What is Canyon Ranch all about?
So Canyon Ranch is what I like to call an integrative health resort. So when people come to Canyon Ranch, it's not just to relax. We have a wonderful spa and beautiful mountains and all the good stuff that you might love. But we also have physicians and nurses. We have nutritionists and exercise physiologists. Any aspect of health that you can think of, we try to provide education and services to help people to make the most of those dimensions of who they are. So it's really a place where people can achieve their greatest experience of life.
Oh, that's so fantastic.
Yeah.
And some stars have been spotted here too.
Yes, we have been known to have a few stars, and still do, although I'm not allowed to say who. People have to look that up.
All right,
Yes.
can I mention?
Well, you can mention, I can't.
Okay, I have heard Sting, Madonna, and of course, Oprah, which I'm sure that you're probably going to be the next Oprah find after she reads this book. Oprah, get this book, please. You're gonna love it.
You're going to have to give her a call on my behalf, actually, yeah.
Before we wrap things up, though, this book, how it came to be, and what is the reader, or what do you want the reader to get out of this book?
Well, I think there's a few important messages in the book for me. One is to affirm for people that no matter who they are, spirituality is a part of their life, and it's a matter of choice to invest in it, to explore it. I think the second thing is to understand that investing in your spiritual life means evolving a unique experience of the world. So spirituality is not an idea, but it's a lived experience. And the thing that helps people to have that lived experience is a practice, some kind of spiritual activity on a regular basis, whether it's prayer or meditation or a movement like yoga. And this is really what the book outlines, is 12 timeless practices that we find in cultures all over the world, so that people can find the practice that's right for them and create the transformation that's most meaningful.
What has been the happiest point in your life so far, Jonathan?
Wow, well now that's a big question for a spiritual guy, because in the book I talk a lot about some extraordinary states of awareness and mystical experiences. But you know, 8 months ago I had a boy, a baby boy. We had him at home, and that was probably the most extraordinary miracle that I've ever been a part of, to help at the delivery and to be there in his first seconds of life. There's nothing, I don't think, that can compare to that.
Ooh, I got goosebumps.
Yeah, me too.
Yes. Well, it has been wonderful. It has been peaceful. It has been spiritual. Thank you so much, Jonathan, for giving this little treasure, sharing it with all of us here. And please don't be a stranger to Winnipeg.
I'm happy to come back.
Okay, Jonathan Ellerby, don't go away. There's still more to come, and maybe a book giveaway.